Hello everyone! Today we have a quickie. We have this beautiful pedal from Jam Pedals out in Greece, and this is the Double Dreamer. Now, what is the Double Dreamer? The Double Dreamer is a combination of two Jam pedals. What's the name again? The Tube Dreamer and the Lucy Dreamer. The Tube Dreamer is a TS-808 style pedal, but with a few tweaks from the guys at Jam Pedals. So if you have a lot of experience with 808s and TS9s, you will know that this does not sound or feel especially like a typical 808 because they are using different transistors within this, makes it smoother, a bit more dynamic. And on that side, you have a level, gain, and tone knob, and the switch to control that. And on the right side is a Lucy Dreamer. The Lucy Dreamer, in comparison to the Tube Dreamer, has less of a mid-hump, more of a bottom-end enhancement, and besides the level, gain, and tone knob, there is a mix knob, so you can kind of dial in your clean tone along with the overdrive. Now, the middle switch is something very interesting. It adds a gain stage. In other words, it adds more gain. And you can assign this gain switch to be activated only with the Tube Dreamer, or just the Lucy Dreamer, or both, which is controlled with this toggle switch right here. So as you can see, I have the gain stage assigned to the Tube Dreamer side. If I wanted to be assigned to the Lucy Dreamer, I just flick it all the way to the right. And if I want that gain stage to affect both sides, you can just put the toggle switch in the middle. Now, some of the magical things that happens inside this pedal is with that gain stage, you can actually control it via internal trim ports, which I'm pointing out right here. There's one for the Tube Dreamer and the Lucy Dreamer. And I have tweaked this because I wanted more gain for the Tube Dreamer side and slightly more gain on the Lucy Dreamer side. So I think stock, it felt like the Lucy Dreamer was turned all the way down and the Tube Dreamer side was like halfway. So I took the Tube Dreamer's halfway point and brought it all the way up. And with the Lucy Dreamer, I just adjusted a little bit more. Now, there's also something else that's magical with this pedal. There's some dip switches here. So, you can use this pedal in series, meaning like your typical pedal board, just lay it there, cable in, cable out. However, if you wish to use this pedal with a switcher, or you're going to put this in a pedal rack, what you can do is you can turn the in and out of this pedal into a send for individual pedals. So yeah, you are essentially buying two pedals with the price of one, I think, if I remember correctly. So yes, you can split the Tube Dreamer and Lucy Dreamer sides to work individually with a switcher. So now, let me very quickly put this pedal back together. Power this up. Now, my signal chain is the guitar into the pedal. This is just a parts caster, not a real Fender. Into the pedal, into the front end of a Soldano S220, going into a 2x12 vertical cabinet by Orange, mic'd up by two SM57s with the Fredman mic clip. Now, one thing I must say, it is imperative that you use this pedal with a slightly break-up tone, or with especially a tube amp that breaks up if you slam more input into the front end of the amp. Because using this with a pure clean amp that does not break up will not bring out the proper characteristics of this pedal. It's going to sound a little weird through especially a solid state amp. So again, I advise you to please use a tube amp with this. So I'm on the second channel on the Soldano S220, which is, it breaks up if you add more input into it. And there's some reverb in the effects loop because reverb never disappoints. So first, let's check out the Tube Dreamer side. I set it up a typical way that you would set up a Tube Screamer. The level pretty much all the way up and with a little bit of gain. So this was the tone from the start of the video. If I turn that off, it adds so much. I were to add more gain to that, great sounding tube screamer style pedal. Still a lot of nuance and harmonic content, especially when I'm playing chords. If you want to hear it with max gain. Let me turn that back down and let's introduce the gain stage here. So that's how much it's adding. Now if I added more gain on the tube dreamer side, insane, right? Okay, now let's quickly go to the tube dreamer side. Put it back down again. That this is the tube dreamer. Sorry, this is the Lucy dreamer. Pretty subtle, right? Let's play with a little less gain on that. More gain. Let's back down that mix. Now, as you can hear, that Lucy Dreamer side, when in combination with the gain stage, especially through my setup, I can get quite a nice fuzz-like tone. So if I were to crank the mix to get the max drive from this side, let's max that gain. I'm gonna switch on the gain stage and you'll hear how fuzz-like it can get. So there you go, guys. You can get every sort of tone you want from this one pedal. You can get drive, you can get a crunch tone for rhythm, you can get a fuzz-like lead tone. I personally like the gain stage in combination with the Tube Dreamer, so that's where I'd leave the toggle switch. Of course, if you prefer it on the Lucy Dreamer side, you can just do that. If you want it to affect both sides, you can do that. So there you go. This is the Jam Pedals Double Dreamer. I hope it clarifies, because I got a few questions. People ask me, like, how does this pedal work? It sounds a little bit weird, a little funky, but with the right bass tone, clean tone, this pedal will work wonders in your rig. So get one today. Leave a comment down below. What do you think about the tones achieved here today? Give us a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you soon in the next video. Ciao.